Good evening, peeps. It is Friday night, August 18th. Here I am looking like a hot mess again. My lipstick has melted. I literally just finished eating, and my mouth is greasy. And I'm not going to say the word lazy, but I'm very unmotivated to clean it off before I got on. Um, my eyebrows are melting. At least they're not smeared, so hopefully you can see they were on point today. They're not melting. My hairline's melting, but that's a whole different story. That's been a 25-year. No, since that's about 14, so I'm 44. Shoot, that's been a 30-year progress process. So, don't have a title yet. This is just test runs. I know doing a video afterward, after you get home, cook, eat, or do whatever else is not the ideal of what people probably want to see. I have a bunch of cameras and lightings and tripods and microphones and all type of stuff I purchased over the last couple of years to do an organized vlog type thing, like a pre-podcast. Haven't been motivated. I just say I've been busy. Only reason why I'm going ahead and videoing this week, and especially 2 days in a row, is just because my attitude is a little different these last couple of days. Um, you guys know, deep in grief, deep mourning, emotions up and down, sad, mad, glad, depressed, I guess. Doctor told me a couple weeks ago. Sounds like you have slight little depressed. I went to talk to her about my grief and see if she could recommend, if I should go to a grief counselor or a group or whatever. And she's like, oh, sounds like you're slightly depressed. I'm like, no shit, Sherlock, right? My sister was just murdered and I feel it in my soul. But I'm not trying to say snap out of it because the grief will not go away. It's just a matter of it getting more culpable each day, not go away. It's like I know Mika would not want me to be just dragging my heels, but Mika will want to be remembered and felt too. So, but I know once when my dad first passed, my stepmama said it's okay to be grieving and it's okay to be grieving hard, but just don't lay in it. Just don't stay there. So I try not to give, like, if one thing hits me, triggers me, try not to allow that to be the reason. I just stay that way the whole day, you know. And I try to control the outside things that I know offhand will trigger me, like if a certain song come on or whatever. I avoid certain TV shows. So, what part of the reason I said I don't know what I'm going to name this is because it's kind of like a multiple as far as like just giving testimonies throughout the week. It is combined, not multiple combined. Um, Between my desire to kind of do like my own version of a Dear Future Wifey podcast, but like a Dear Future Husband, kind of talking directly to the person who I'm really in love with too. He don't know me. I don't know him. I've identified him though. Like it's a real person that from a distance I'm madly in love with, but just from hearing his voice. We haven't had coffee, kicked it or nothing, but hearing his voice. Uh, but he might have to be the one. But I finally admit and acknowledge there is somebody out there for me, but I still say it's a matter of God allows me to meet him and be in his presence. It's a matter of then us both being wise enough to figure out that we are each other's one. And then not messing it up, not being too afraid, too scared, too manipulative, too smothering, just all the things that can happen, in a new relationship. So I'm kind of in between a place where it's like, okay, relationship is not my primary focus. It's not my purpose because learning and growing on my job, finishing my master's, and incorporating God in every aspect of my life is those three are my priorities. And then I have to slide in my health and fitness, which is four. So it don't really leave much for me. But my problem is I don't meet nobody no way. So the point of these posts is to kind of talk about my journey to meeting my future mate. I don't say my husband, I say my future life mate because there's nothing to say. Oh, this one's Florida now. I'm not gonna be playing with my eyes and makeup every time I'm on here, but it's just I can see it. Um, I feel like you and your partner define your relationship, and sometimes you don't know what it is till you go. So I'm not gonna say, oh, it has to be marriage. But my life mate, yes, and then we're committed to each other, yes. So, like I had mentioned on the other video, I've been watching the Dear Wifey podcast. And it's very inspirational in some ways. Some things are like, that's them, that's not me. It's not going to happen. But who knows? I just know I'm not in control of it. At this point, I know I'm not in control of it. That's the main focus. And I'm gonna try not to get too biblical or spiritual, but I just know I'm not in control. Um this week has been a better week. I had to pull myself together. I've been moping around. Hadn't done any schoolwork in 14 weeks, but I posted on the 14th day because 14 days after you don't post anything on 14 days, you get dropped. I'm like, I really want to just finish my program. It's just taking longer than I anticipated. I've had legitimate breaks, or reasons why it's gotten pushed back, but I want to be done by the end of next year. I do. It's a lot of work, a lot of homework, a lot of reading, a lot of schoolwork. I got like 3 papers and presentations and a test to do by Wednesday. Don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it, but I'm gonna try. Um, and then we're gonna get to Dear My Future Life Mate, just briefly. I miss you, dude. Where you at? It's like I know you. I know part of your soul. The few times that I've been with someone like in a serious relationship and in love, just recalling the process of getting there. Yes, sometimes was antagonistic, and for all 3 relationships, no one had any clue that it was going to lead to us being in love in a relationship, because that's not what was the preface of the relationship. But I can say just that discovery phase at the beginning, not like the first or second date when you learn if you like each other's voice, your job, hey, yeah, you're gonna be able to handle me, just whatever the little things you do. But once you start kicking in, spending time, and it's like the pre-stage before you start falling in love. Just that phase is amazing, and I look forward to that. Just courting. That's what I want. A courtship. I want to be courted. Um, so I'm gonna be positive about it. And I'm gonna put that energy out there. And I'm gonna say I know and hope and know that it's out there. Again, it's a matter if I get lucky to meet him, if we be in each other's presence. If I'm lucky to know that's him. And I don't even think I have to necessarily know at the beginning. It's just a matter of don't run away. And he better run me away. But if I can give any affirmation for tonight on my future hubby, I'm going to double down and say, yes, be God feared. Doesn't have to mean he's the clergy and he's just deep in the church 10 toes down. My initial thing was he got to know God and be continuing to learn God. So don't mean you have to know him inside it out. Don't mean you have to be a devout Christian, but you have to be someone who's just trying to get there, Because I'm trying to get there. I'm not saying I'm going to be a perfect Christian. I'm going to know everything. I'm just trying to continually make progress. Because you can say you can be a work in progress, but if you're not doing anything to make the progress, you're not going to make it. You got to be doing the work. At the same time, if you ain't made no progress, are you really working? So I don't know if I said that right. It sounds more profound in my head, but basically, it's okay to be a work in progress. But one, you gotta be putting the work, and two, at some point you should make progress. Anywho, kind of excited when I meet him. Flaws and all, I'm just gonna put them all out there if we get there. Up until about a week or two ago, I was like, okay, it can be someone I just immediately click with, just hang out, somebody I have fun with. Don't have to be church, don't have to be commitment, don't have to be my future husband. These last couple weeks, and from watching their future wifey podcast, I'm like, you know what? That'll be someone for me. I'm not saying we get engaged in 2 weeks and get married in 2 years. I'm just saying I want our virtues and values to align. And since I'm still figuring mine out, that kind of opens the door for a wider range of possibilities, but also narrows it too. Um, that's something in me this week, something in my connection to God and Jesus and just my faith and talking about and hearing about it. Like for instance, I went to Bible study tonight so we can meet the new pastor candidate because there's about 6 candidates. Just everything I've been hearing just have aligned with the fact that there is a bigger purpose for me. Don't quite know what the purpose is. And sometimes I have to feel like I do know, but I don't know. It's more of I don't know how to utilize it, put it in play. Other times I'm just like, no, I don't know what it is. And it might be in truth myself or not. I don't know. But yeah, I kind of want to know what it is or what I should be working towards besides the religions part, despite being a better person part, despite working school. Just what else can enhance me? That's it. So I'm going to just say, dear future husband, can't wait to meet you. I hope and pray that when we do come together and once we do realize that we are meant to be, that we can enjoy it for a good summertime. And I don't know, what do you call some? but I just don't want to be bumping heads in a couple years, hating each other in a couple years, falling out of love in a couple years. Because I feel like you can be in love with me. You always have the capacity to be back in love, you know. Um, I just don't want the dynamics to be off. I just want us to really be appreciative of each other's time and space and bodies and minds and just come correct with positive, good energy, truthful discourse and adulthood. So man up. Sister, sorry it didn't work for you. I've been in the same boat for 10 years. If I do meet him, hopefully my coworkers are not haters. And let's say if it's someone I met through work or something, that they push in my direction. Somebody I meet in the field, it's going to be a little bit harder. But Jesus did not say it's going to be easy. He told us to follow his path. He said, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and always acknowledge you. Acknowledge him, and he will lead your path. Wait on the Lord. So I'm just regurgitating different thoughts and ideas. I've that's been on my mind. I'm not in no way acting like I know the scriptures. I'm a prophet. I'm a clergy. I will say, give me some time and I'll figure it out. Clergy, you might have run up your money. Maybe I'll be just an evangelist. Who knows? In the meantime, I do agree. I gotta keep talking. That the camera's only gonna work so far if no one's on the other end. But I gotta do presentations. I gotta record things in which um it's promoting me, whether it's professionally, educationally, whatever. So thank you for your time. I kept this one short and sweet because I'm trying out a different camera, different device every night. Yesterday was my iPad and my little camera didn't work, so it's my iPad and my big camera. Today I'm on my Avermedia, I believe, laptop. Um, yeah, I just know Jesus is in the world, so I'm gonna let him drive. I'm gonna fall back, but I am gonna keep a quick eye on a better eye on my deadlines and responsibilities I have in my personal life, my academic life, my professional life, so that they don't hinder my progress and my success. And so that my word is my bond, because you know my word is my bond. If you are any of my special friends who have words of encouragement, stories they want to share, please send them my way. Because if you want me to share them out loud, I will. If you just have them and you want to tell me they exist, that's fine. But not to pat no one on no one's back, but it's more motivation. You know, it's to say, hey, this is the way I can help you by filling these blank ESFs. You, if you don't respond, you don't. But it'd be great if you do, and we're keeping track of those records, that part of the record. So just so you know about it. But Lord Jesus Christ, thanks for bringing me here. Thank you for not being more serious than it could be. And you're right. It was um I forgot what I was gonna say. No, I'm not gonna say that, but I'm just praying. I'm just hopeful. I'm just grateful. And I just am. So dear future husband, baby, hold on to me. Just hold on to me. Hold on to Keish. I feel like this calls for amen. Amen.